Hello viewers, today I would like to explain a previous project. It means a Windows based previous C# project previously I developed. Now I explain a few details in that project. Let's open that project. That means this is the project I developed previously a Windows based applications. Use front end as .NET and then back end as MySQL. Here I used MySQL. In order to using MySQL, first you go to references, right click on add reference. In that one, extensions. In that one, as here it is MySQL data. I have checked it mark and then OK. I have been already added that MySQL. This is MySQL.data. That means the reference of MySQL database has been added to our project. And then first I created a main form, that is form 1. Here I use a label, and then I use another label, and I use 3 buttons with names student profile, marks list and attendance. And also I have created when we going to when by press double click on student profile button to view the corresponding code. Let's double click on, here it is, that is button 1 dot click. I use names as button 1, button 2 and button, which is button 1. In this button 1 I have create, before doing this one I have created a 4 forms, that is form 2, form 3, form 4 and marks forms and attendance form. And here I am creating an instance of that all 3 forms, that is public static instance of form 2 as object 1, and then instance of form 2 is marks, instance of marks has been object 2, and then finally instance of attendance is object 3. Here I use an object 1 object here when I pressing button 1 I would like to write a code to show object 1. That means the form 2 will be displayed, and then form 2 and then here it is object 2 and object 3. That means object 2 object means marks attendance windows will be hidden, and then second button is marks list. When I pressing, that is button 2, when I pressing button 2 object 2, that means marks window will be displayed, and then form 2 and attendance windows will be goes hide. And then at button 3, that means attendance button, the object 2 and object 1, that means object 2 and object 1, that means marks and forms windows will be goes hide, and then marks that in attendance will be displayed. Let's check for the form 1. It means button 1 I have showed that object 1. What is object 1? Object 1 is an instance of form 2. Let's open form 2. Here my form 2 I use labels for these names, and that means this is a student profile. We can create a, it means we can enroll our students data into our database. I have created a form, that is roll number, first name, surname, father name, address, gender, male, class and then caste. Here I use a text boxes for this one. All these are text boxes, and I use a 4 button, that means card operations. In order to do database card operation, that means create, update, read and then delete. For this one, add, edit, delete and view. I have used 4 buttons. Check the corresponding, and then also check the corresponding codes for that one. That means when I creating a add button, that means already we have button 3, that means add. Here I writing a, before doing that one I have created a connection, that is MySQL connection, new MySQL connection. Here I use a server is localhost, and then database name is first underscore task, and then username is root, and password is 123456. By using this password, and then we can create a connection as a instance as a connection. And then we also created a form 3, that means can create a form 3. This is my I use a grid view. I means in order to display database I use grid view. Okay, sorry, where this file form 3 form 2, here it is. I use an instance of that one form 3, that means a grid view, and then this is form 2 initialize the default. When I pressing button 1, MySQL that I write a command to insert a data, that is insert into student. That means the table name is student, the first name, surname, father name, address, gender, male, class, caste. Values will be readed from the what we entered in that text boxes. That means the values we are entering in the text box will be comes here, and it will be entered into database and will be committed. That means it will save. That is text box to all data will be passed into here, and then we can execute that command by using MySQL command MySQL command method. That means MySQL command with the command and then connection. We can enter this entire code will be here. For this in order to reduce complication, we have created a string, and then that string will be passed into MySQL command with connection name. That is, we have already created an instance to the MySQL connection, that is con. That connection name will be here, and then con.open connection. We can open our command connection, and then that instance of command will be executed. That means command that execute query. That means command will be executed, and then how many number of queries will be executed will be passed into a variable. That, and after that one connection will be closed. Message box show I record session. That means we can how many the execution of query number of how many queries will be executed. The number of executed queries will be passed into a variable. That number will be displayed at a message box show. That means a pop-up box will be displayed and will be pressed. Like that we can create a update button. That means our second button is edit. That means update. We can write the command to update, and also we can same we can think that command will be passed into MySQL command, and then execute command, and then records when the pop-up box will be shown, and finally has deleted. That means we can enter a roll number. That means that primary key will be entered, that row will be deleted. That row will be deleted. Form 2.design. That means after that one finally we have created a view button. We can see the corresponding code for a view button. Update 1.show. That means update 1 is form 3. Update 1.show. Let's open the code for form 3, corresponding code to the form 3. Yes, we have a grid view here. We have initially when we loading a form 3, we have given MySQL data adapter. I means we can displaying a data of a database that by using help of MySQL data adapter class. In this data adapter class have gather the entire table name. The table details will be saved into as an instance of DA. We can use data set. That means data set will be gather the entire how many number of rows and how many number of columns details will be gathered, and it will be stored into the instance DS. After that one data set will be filled by the data adapter will be filled by the details of data set of table student. That means the student table data has been passed into student here data field. The student table data will be passed into as a data set, will be created into data set, and then that data set will be filled with filled on data adapter. That means data adapter get the details of student table by using data set. Finally we have displayed our data set at the data grid view. That means we have developed in this means. Wait a minute. Show server school code, that means you have to remove this one. Let's show control shift to build for any building error search which means success. Form 3, that means that data grid will be delayed. Like that one, when I run this one, shift control F5. By pressing control F5, come to student profile and then view data. Let's check it. The previous I have entered some dummy data here. That entire dummy data will be displayed here. Let's check it. We can delete by executing operation. We can delete one thing. Sorry. By entering roll number 2, we can press delete. Press continue. The data will be by pressing after this one, close this one, and then press delete. Continue, and then let's check the database. Continue. It will be automatically deleted that roll number 2 of primary key 2. Like that one, we can create after that one we can come into form 2. That means student profile. We have already checked this one, and then means form 3 we have grid view, and form 4 is also grid view, and comes here it is the marks. That means we can entering marks to students. That means I have created labels here, and then text boxes here, and then at the previously I have created 3 buttons. When we pressing add button, you can create a form 4. That means form 4 contains a grid view for displaying the database of marks table, and then we can also create a connection. That means username and password. Here I use marks. It means the table name is marks. Like that, as you shown in the previously you can insert into marks, and then update into marks, and then we can delete into marks, and then object that show. When come to marks dot on then form 4, that means we can display marks details in form 4. For this one, open code to code for form 4. That means the designer code of form 4 is here it is. Like that, we can use data adapter, and then data set, and then pass that marks details into data set. By checking this one, control F5, by run this one, marks list, and then view. Here it is. It shows the previously entered details. And then final one is attendance. For this attendance, I have open attendance window. In this, I have created grid view at the same window. That means roll number, data, attendance. I have created 4 buttons. In that one, I am not created a separate window to grid view. I have placed grid view in this window. Let's open the corresponding code of this one. Here it is, 4 buttons. That is insert button, and then like that command connection string. We can create a connection here. We can use table name for attendance is attendance. Like that update. Here is the update query, and then delete form, and then finally here it is displaying a select form, displaying a database. That means select star from the attendance where roll number data. What we are entered in the text box, that will also be when we pressing a roll number 1, the matching primary key value will be displayed in our table. Otherwise, we can display the entire table. Let's run this one. Press Ctrl F5. No, we show we have a building error. That means let's click on this one. As this one, I have remove this one. Actually, pressing double click on the form, that means that form will be loaded automatically. I have removed that one and build it, and then run. Wait a minute. Control F5. Debug. running. No, what are the error? It shows some error. Let's try to fix it. Unable to copy the file. Sorry, so I have been already press Ctrl F5. The .exe file will show the error. So here I am run my previous successful, that means attendance. We have to just show as here it is. That attendance data will be, I have nothing to enter here. And then roll number 2, and then date is today, MP3 10 2014. Attendance is number 1. That data record will be added here. Okay, that attendance, how many number of students will also has been displayed, then we can enter details here with the user for grading. Thank you guys, thank you for watching.